All right, let's dive into something huge, a really powerful concept, Dharma. Now, I'm sure you've heard the word thrown around, but what does it actually mean? Today, we're going to peel back the layers on this ancient idea and see how it can be an incredible guide for figuring out your own purpose, right here in the modern world.
And right off the bat, we hit a really interesting snag. This word is so profound, it's called notoriously difficult to translate. So what does that tell us? It tells us we're not just dealing with some simple definition. No, we're talking about a concept so deep, so vast, that a single English word just can't capture it. And you know what? That's what makes it so fascinating.
So let's start at the very beginning. What is Dharma, really? I want you to think of it like cosmic glue. It's the force that holds literally everything together, from the planets and stars all the way down to the moral choices we have to make every single day.
And the entire concept, really, it all comes down to this one simple Sanskrit root, dri. It means to hold, to maintain, or to sustain. So Dharma is that fundamental energy that maintains order in the entire universe. It's like the invisible architecture that stops everything from galaxies to our own societies from just collapsing into total chaos.
This right here really gets to the heart of it. See, Dharma isn't some rule book that a person wrote down. It's an inherent law of reality, as basic and fundamental as gravity. It's the reason planets stay in their orbits and the seasons change like clockwork. You could almost think of it as the invisible operating system for existence itself.
Okay, so Dharma is this huge cosmic law. That's great. But what in the world does that have to do with us, with our day-to-day lives? Well, this is where it gets really, really cool, because now we're going to zoom in from that universal scale to something deeply personal.
Dharma is often described as a kind of universal collective conscience. What does that mean? It's our shared built-in sense of what's right and what's wrong. It's that little voice inside all of us that preserves our humanity and helps us act with morality. It kind of connects us all in this invisible web of shared understanding.
And this is why it matters so much. The health of this collective conscience has very real consequences for every single one of us. When it's pure, when we as a society are living in line with Dharma, you get harmony, you get well-being, but when that conscience gets corrupted by things like greed, selfishness, deception, the result is chaos, anarchy, and despair. I mean, the stakes couldn't be higher.
And this is where the whole idea becomes truly life-changing. Because Dharma isn't just some big force out there in the universe, it's also in here. It's your own personal cosmic GPS. It is your true calling, your life's purpose. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, this next part is a really common point of confusion. So let's take a minute and make a super crucial distinction. Is Dharma just another word for religion? The answer might actually surprise you. So let's just ask the question straight up. Are they the same thing? It's a question a lot of people have, but the answer is a pretty clear no. And the reason why is actually kind of beautiful.
I absolutely love this analogy. It just makes it so clear. Think of Dharma as the water itself, the pure, universal substance, H2O. It's the same no matter where you find it. Well, religions are like the different vessels that hold the water. A stream, a river, a fancy cup. The container might look completely different, but the essential stuff inside, it's exactly the same.
So, to put it really simply, Dharma is the universal what? It's the fundamental law of everything. Religions, on the other hand, are the different kinds of how. They're the specific paths and practices people use to try and connect with that law.
All right, so we've defined Dharma, we've separated it from religion. Now we get to the most important part. How do we actually live a Dharmic life? How do we take this ancient, grand concept and make it work for us today?
Thousands of years ago, the Vedic sage Manu laid out these 10 rules. And what's just wild is how relevant they still are today. I mean, look at this list. Patience, forgiveness, self-control, and get this last one, non-anger. Just think about how powerful that one virtue is in our super polarized, always online world. These aren't complicated doctrines. They're the essential building blocks for a life of true alignment. And we can translate those ancient rules into things we can do right now in our modern lives. Just look at this list. Show empathy. Build the courage to admit you're wrong. Show gratitude. See? These aren't some massive mystical gestures. They are practical, everyday choices that connect us directly to our own Dharma. This Oprah quote is just a perfect fit. What is she really describing here? She's describing Dharma in action. It's all about your internal compass, your commitment to doing the right thing. Not because you'll get a reward or recognition, but simply because it is the right thing to do. That's integrity. And you know what? That is Dharma.
And that brings us to the key takeaway. Virtues like integrity, empathy, honesty, gratitude, these aren't things you just go out and get. See, Dharma isn't a destination you finally arrive at. It's the path you walk every day. And these amazing virtues, they're like the flowers that just naturally bloom along the way, letting you know you're headed in the right direction.
So, as we wrap this up, I'll just leave you with this one thought. It's not about changing your entire life overnight. It's about one small conscious choice. So, what is one single act of honesty, of empathy, of gratitude that you can do today to walk your path and live your purpose?